contact is blocked. Everybody's blocked. You cannot get
through.
to me.
Yes.
So
And
no.
it takes... It almost feels as if you're cutting off your own leg.
It does.
You know, the communication just broke down, and everyone became for themselves. If it's nothing positive to report, nothing good to say, then don't call me.
Now I know I love you for life. I love you for life. Love you for life. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then there's this thing where African parents will do this thing to you. So, like when I'm training, sometimes I will shred a little weight, and I'm so skinny, and they'll go, "Oh, this is a bit too much now. You need to stop. You've gone too far. Stop. You're looking a bit sick. Are you okay? What's going on?
Come and eat."
And then in the next breath, I'm not training like now. I'm just trying to get back to it. They'll see you and they go, "Oh, you put on weight. You put on weight." You
Before they even said hello.
No, that's a greeting.
You put on weight, man.
And the person that's saying this to you is 3 times your size.
300 pounds, bro.
Your size. They're like
30 stone.
They're out here, and then you're like, what? But because you're supposed to just respect your elders, you just laugh it off.
It's not funny though.
When in theory, you're trying to say, "Are you dumb? Like, look at your size of you.
Worry about you.
You know,
How about you worry about you? I worry about me.
With your 6 medication for your diabetes and all this stuff, and you could coming to me."
Oh gosh, yeah. So I mean, I don't know how we navigate generational trauma. There's so many things that happen. Well, that have happened to me anyway.
But how do we find ways of trying to break those? How do you then do you over-parent? Do you overextend yourself into your kids? Do you pour more into your kids, or do you pour less? Because
I think I'm just more conscious of what I do as a parent. I think I'm not too strict, but at the same time, don't mess with me. I'm not your friend. I'm not your friend. I'm your mum.
Yeah.
So I try and just make sure that I want the children to grow up to be decent human beings.
yes,
That's my goal. Decent human beings who bring love and light to others. That is it. And they're happy. They can do whatever they want to do, be whatever they want to be, as long as it's legal and above board and it brings love and light to the people.
legal. Yes,
I'm good. Yeah. I don't care if they get, make 6 figures, 7 figures.
as
it's
long
not
as
my problem.
they're good.
It's not monetary for me. It's about waking up in the morning and being happy that you are the person you are.
Yeah.
And I think that's what success should be for everyone. So with the children, I just try and think about what I'm doing, what I'm saying. Am I listening to them? Am I taking into account what they're saying? Am I making sure that they see that I've seen them?
They
'Cause
heard,
for me, a long time, I was very invisible.
Yeah.
Sometimes I still feel like I'm an invisible person. But I know that with the children, they see me. So I make sure that I see them.
Yes.
When they're coming to me with issues,
You want to be able
I
to
listen to what they're saying and, try and fix them as best I can.
Yeah.
And that's the way I'm trying to
Parent
remove that trauma.
that you've been through.
I don't want them to grow up one day and say, "Oh my God, Mum was so negative, and all she did was complain. Oh, she never listened to me, and she was just such a dictator and blah blah blah." I don't want that. I want them to still be able to call me when they're older and say, "Mum, what do you think about this? Should I do this?" Get some advice from me. I want that. I want them to call me. I want them to be able to come through the door at any time and say, "Oh my God, this happened to me.
Can you help me?
Can you help me?"
And then you'll be like, "Yeah, no problem. Let's see what we can do."
And we fix the problem. Done.
Yeah.
That's what I want for them. And that's the way I believe generational trauma can be rectified.
There's so many ways you can look at this, isn't it? There's so many ways you can go. This is what I said. I think I've said it before. You can be the example, or you can be the reason why you're not something, or blame it.
Yes.
Be the excuse. Like I said,
Yes.
I've said this a few times, but I haven't said it on the pod. Like Cristiano's brother
Yeah.
and him, their father died, was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
So Cristiano doesn't drink a drop because of his father was an alcoholic. And the brother suffers from alcoholism because...
His father was an alcoholic.
So there's always a way you can look at it. Like you said now, you're consciously aware
Yeah.
when those traits come in and you go, oh, that's something
And they
she
do
would
come
do.
in.
Yeah,
They do come in because it's learned behaviour.
of course.
You know, I sometimes will just say, oh, I don't want to hear it. Or, you know, when they're trying to, I don't want to hear it. And I cut them off. Or it's a case of just not paying attention to anything they're saying or anything they're doing. That's
Or me,
another way
yeah.
of it being invisible, like showing them that they're invisible. And it does come out, or complaining about something.
Yeah.
That one is definitely learned behaviour. Like before I've even tried anything, done anything, I'm already complaining about it.
And then we discuss it,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, babe, no.
Yeah.
You gotta, like, I think the other day I made a dish. I cooked something for you. I made something. Do you remember the other week?
Salmon and broccoli.
Yeah, salmon. And you were like, what is this? Why
are you doing the voice?
That's the voice that
That
comes.
you don't need to do the voice?
That's what happened.
Why are you doing
And
the
then you can
voice?
explain to the people what happened after you ate the dish. That's what I need you to do with your chest. Yes?
After I tried the dish, which was salmon and broccoli, it was all like
With
fried
cheese,
and chili, and
Yeah.
it was delicious. I licked the plate.
It was like, oh, it's because there more.
Is there more? Yeah.
You know.
Thank you. Yes, it was beautiful. But this is because of learned behaviour. You gotta break it. You need to shake it out of you. You know.
I try.
Yes.
You know.
So, yeah, every day I try consciously. I as long as I'm aware of it and I can rectify it, then I feel like I've done something. I've done something good that day.
I think it's the biggest issue most people have is they don't actually identify it as a problem.
Yeah.
You know it's a problem. You know it's wrong. Why are you accepting it? Why don't you find ways to then implement it in your everyday life to change it so that you won't impact the next person you interact with, your children, your spouse.
Yeah.
When he's whipping up that salmon for you, you won't cuss it before he comes to your plate, you know? You
Okay,
ready to
thank you.
receive it, you
Thank
know?
you so much. Yes, beautiful. Yes.
And then we grow.
Thank you so much, Dr. Standish. Thank you so much.
Yes, the number is 0800 777 466, yeah?
For success.
For success, that's it. All day, every day.
Every day. No, it's just one of the things. I think with the toxic families, I will say, toxic.
Yes.
I'm now no contact because I think it's best for my well-being to be no contact. I think that to be in an environment where you're constantly abused is not good for you. It's not good for your mental health. It's not good for your well-being. It's not good for people around you. And you can't...
When you say no contact, what do you mean?
No contact at all. No talking, no seeing, no contact.
Okay.
No contact is blocked. Everybody's blocked. You cannot get
through.
to me.
Yes.
You know, they may be able to do it through social media
Yes.
because they're not blocked on social media, but that's about it. So no contact means I don't see them, I don't talk to them, I don't have any interaction with them, and I think it's best for me that way. Because of, it's like if you have a scab and you continue to pick at it, it's never going to heal. Okay? That is the truth. We know this, it's science, it's biology.
Can we fight it?
Yeah? But people say, oh, but it's your family. Oh, it's your mom. Oh, you know, you got to forgive them. Why? Why do I need to do that? Please tell me. If somebody is being abused by their partner, do you tell them, oh, it's your partner, it's your husband?
You should
tell them to go back. They don't go back. They can't go back. It's the same for me. That's the way I put it. If you
And there's no remorse.
There's no remorse. There's no acknowledgement even, let alone remorse.
Yes, that's the big
They don't even acknowledge it. They don't even say,
It's happening.
oh, I'm so sorry this happened to you. I'm so sorry I did that. So I'm no contact. And that's how it's going to be forever.
Yeah.
Because I've tried many, many times. Because you feel like you do get that talk where you say, oh, it's your mum, or it's your sister, or it's your family, or it's your brother, or it's your this, or that. And you go, actually it is, you know, they were there for me when I was little, or whatever, or that one time, whatever, you know?
And
so,
then you forgive, and then you forgive, and then you forgive,
and then something else happens that's worse than the last one, and then you forgive, and then something else happens that's even worse than the last one, and you forgive, and
it's
then
getting
you
worse.
will die.
Yes, just trying.
You know, it's getting worse, for real. You will die.
Yes.
If you don't get out. It's hard to get out, though. That's the only thing.
It is.
It's hard for most people. Yeah.
It is. Because they're so and another thing is
dependent on their family.
They're dependent on their family.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it like this, like me, for example, with my mum,
yeah.
I had to get to a point where I was just like, you complain about my brother to me every time you phone me. He's done this, he's done that, he's done this. Then I speak to him, and I'm like, what are you doing? Fix up.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 days later, you lot are best friends. You know, just chat, oh, we've been shopping today, we've done this.
Meanwhile, you've been upset about it.
Yes. And I'm like, so you lot are going to do this every week?
Every week.
And then you phone me for 2 hours at a time,
cycle.
and I've got to be there listening to you vent and go through
cycle.
this. It's not good for my health, you know. And I was just like, nah, I don't need, if everybody's okay, just send a text, just leave it like that. You know, I don't need to talk about this, and it's just be continuous. And then it becomes, it adds, the cracks that were already there start showing, because they go, you think you're better than us now. You think you don't need us.
Oh, God.
You know, you think you're Mr. Producer Man. You think you are here. You know you done one little thing here, and this is it.
It gets personal.
I'm like, no, I've just understood that my well-being is much more important to me and to the people that I can actually influence every day, that need me to function every day.
Which is the people in your household.
In the people in the house. They need me to be able to perform. They need me to be able to provide. They need me to be able to care. They need me to be able to nurture. I can't be obsessing and worrying about
people that are not in my house.
Do you know what I mean?
They're not in my house.
So it takes it almost feels as if you're cutting off your own leg.
It does. Maybe not so much of me, but it does, yeah.
You know, it feels like some of you is cutting
missing.
off. Something's cutting off something. Because for me, it's not quite, it's a bit different from yours. It was fine for me. Childhood was okay. Nannies, life was not too bad.
Living your best life,
then,
babe.
You know, and then something just happened. You know, the communication just broke down, and everyone became for themselves.
It was Wild Wild West out here, bro.
Yeah, and then I was like,
concrete jungle.
yeah, you know, that became apparent. So, and then it just, and I am one of those people. Fortunately, I just don't. When I see something's wrong and I see it affecting me, I'm just like, nah, it's not worth it. It's not worth my time. It's not worth. It doesn't give me money. It doesn't give me peace. What am I doing this
money, no. Growth.
Growth.
No.
What am I learning from this? Other than being upset, being annoyed, being angry, frustrated, screaming match on the phones, you know, doing all of those things, and then you go,
I don't do that.
And it doesn't carry anything, you know? So how I've managed to do it, like you said, I've done non-contact. I've said, I haven't blocked, but I've said, if it's nothing, if nobody's dying, if it's nothing positive to report, nothing good to say, then don't call me. You know, don't call me. You need to schedule a call with me. If you need to speak about something, you need to tell me, but yes, I need to speak to you about this.
Yes.
And then I can decide whether I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, I need to
You
prepare
need
myself
to get your call my PA.
Yes, and then decide whether I need this conversation, because it's not going to be anything that's going to be
beneficial to your life.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's how I've managed to try and deal with some of the pain and the trauma that have been put upon my shoulders, which I just inherited, which I didn't create. And in doing so, I try and speak to my kids, like Elijah, my son. I speak to him and I go to him, because he said to me, sometimes I need you to explain things. I need you to explain why you need it done now, why the importance of it. Imagine me saying that to my parents.
Imagine if you had to tell that to you. I need you to explain it to me. I don't understand. You wouldn't see the next day, bro. The belt would come out. In memory of R.I.P.
R.I.P. But then I understand it. So then I explain. I'm like, okay, I need this done this way because of that, and because it leads to this. And he's like, oh, okay, I get it. And it's done. That means he's understood what I said to him. He's understood. I've understood how he's feeling about the situation. So the communication is open there. There's an understanding, there's dialogue. Then we build, rather than me going, if I ever questioned my mom or dad back in the day, I would have been murdered. I would have been, so just do what I say because I said it, that's it.
Which is what we got.
To just question it.
Do what I say because I said so.
Yeah, so that's a difficult one to do. And do you really ever deal with it? Do you ever resolve it without doing therapy, without trying to be better? How do you? I
don't think you can do it without therapy. Hell no.
How do you become?
You need expert help. You need expert help. It's because it's
the
so
triggers, isn't
new.
it?
There's so many triggers, and it's something that you don't have the tools to cope with them and to resolve the issues. You need expert help to get the tools. And I think for me, therapy will be lifelong because of how many years I've allowed the toxicity to get in my system. So therefore, it's going to be a lifelong situation of therapy and trying to get rid of it. And I don't even know if I will ever get rid of all of it, but I will definitely work my hardest to make sure that I understand my triggers and how to deal with those triggers. That's mainly what it is for me. But I think the first part is awareness. Knowing, okay, this person's triggered me, or this has happened and I'm triggered because of this. Why am I triggered? And then go back into the vault and find that part where something happened, or somebody said something, or something happened where my parents or siblings did something to me, and that's why I feel this way with this person saying this to me. So, yeah, I mean, it's very hard to navigate.
Extremely.
And I know that a lot of people probably feel like they're alone and they're the only ones going through it. Trust me, you are not. We all are going through it, and we all have very similar stories, I'm sure. So we would love to hear if you have stories like this, and if you're willing to share with us
comments
your
or DMs,
your stories. We would really love to be able to have this conversation with other people, and just let everybody know that you're not alone. You're not going crazy. It's not just you. You do have a support network that you can go to. And, we're also here to help other people as well. This is why we started this podcast in the first place. So you can discuss it with us. You can discuss it with your loved ones, reach out, whatever. But just don't sit in it alone. And it's very hard to mask it and pretend like everything's great when it's not.
Yeah,
it's a deep one, this one.
Isn't it? We had to unpack.
It's a bit long. But
we just had to get deep. And just real life, real things that we go through, the things that shape us, the things that mold us into the beings that we are. It's just because we're constantly just working at it, trying to overcome the things we've been through, and just trying to be better humans.
Yeah, decent humans, yeah. And it's about knowing that you are a decent human, you are a good person, you do deserve happiness, you do deserve love. And knowing that you can do the work, you can do the self-work, and then achieve those things that you want to achieve.
So, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in.
Make sure you subscribe,
Yep.
you like, you comment. We want to hear from you. And we'll see you again. Thank you for joining us. Take care.
Good night.
Now I know I love you